No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. The game's just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Well, good afternoon, welcome back to VP4TV. A bit early in the afternoon though, coming up to 4:30, it's 4:24 at the moment in the afternoon here. In a chilly Scotland, blowing a bit of a gale and rain and showers, not a nice day. A nice day for sitting watching some pool or some snooker if you're in the UK. The British Open is on ITV4 and ITVX. And in the meantime though, we're going to focus on the first match coming up today on the schedule. It's a one-loss side match in this year's 2024 Virtual 8-Ball World Championship. It's 8-ball world rules. We've got the one-loss side match with Fast Eddie from the USA and Tam, the one and only Scottish representative in the tournament. And that goes ahead in a few minutes' time. We also have a big clash later on tonight. We've got the round 2 match between, let me just scroll up a bit, MC Clarkey and Spectre Dawn. Now that has the makings of a cracker, and that is at 8 o'clock British Summer Time tonight. That will be 3 o'clock Eastern, whatever that is, 1 PM Pacific, I think that is. So that's coming up later on tonight. I should be there for that. Unless Slim turns up and wants to do it, I'm not bothered either way, because I've got my work tomorrow as well. But that's the schedule. In fact, the rest of the schedule we'll have a quick look at. We have these 2 matches, as I've mentioned, but we've also got, on Saturday, we've got One Pocket Slim in a one-loss side match against Slugs, and that goes ahead at 9:30 PM my time, and I certainly will not be there for that. Or 9 o'clock, is it? I can't even read and I'm sitting right in front of it. Tell a lie, it's 9 AM, isn't it? Right, well that's a crazy time. I'll be at work and I won't be there for that. We've got Albinario and Rosin or whatever. That goes on Sunday, and that's at 7 PM. We have Cobra and Brainful Out on Sunday at 7:03 PM. So those 2 matches clash, and they are both winners matches, winner side matches. We've got Sergeresh and Bobby Barris on Sunday. That's at 8 o'clock. That's a one-loss side. And the final match of the schedule is Bankster and Coldest Pillow, which goes ahead on Monday night at 7 o'clock. So that clashes with Monday night 9-ball doubles. So those are what's on the schedule. Those are what's to come. I'll try and get whatever I can. I would assume Slim's going to be doing his own match, being as it's so early in the morning, I think, my time. Yeah, so anyway, that's that. Now, I don't know whether any of you, not that there's that many here, nobody's saying hello yet. Good afternoon, whoever you are. We are live on Twitch, we are live on YouTube. But if you watch my YouTube channel, the video I put up last night was a video of how I managed to overcome the problem that I had with XSplit. And I'm going to, for the benefit of those watching, I'm going to show you what the problem was if you haven't seen the video. I'm just going to go into a room, and if you look at the table and the room itself, everything looks fine until I do this. I'm just going to tab and go to the setting that was wrong in this, and that was a setting that was wrong. And so now, when you look at the table and you look at everything else, it is all way too vibrant. I had somehow accidentally put on HDR. Not that I knew it, obviously, because I couldn't fathom out what the problem was. And having spoke to XSplit support, they asked me to check something else, which wasn't checked. So that wasn't the cause of the issue. So I started looking around, and I looked around and saw this HDR thing checked, and I thought I'll uncheck that and see what happens, and voila, problem solved. So I'll get rid of that because it is rather annoying, and you'll see it will go back to the proper colour. So crisis is over, everything's fixed. So now all we do is wait on these two guys getting it together, and that room should be going up in about a minute's time. And Fast Eddie will be the strong favourite, mainly because he gets probably more table time on, certainly a lot more table time on the 9-foot table than Tam ever does. Predominantly plays Cowboy, as we did this morning, and me and Tam won 2 matches this morning. I just thought I'd mention that. And both of them are here. Both of them getting a little bit of warm up, a bit of table time, and we'll be good to go. So there we are, the room is up. We're going to dive straight in. And it is a race to 9 on the one loss side. We'll have the lag for the break. And then, of course, it's alternate break after that. Fast Eddie keen to get underway, as is Tam. We've got Fast Eddie on the right side as we look for the lag. And I think Eddie's going to win it. Yeah. And no beating that lag. So off we go. Let me just do something. Hang on a sec. That's better. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. So the break was dry. Tam's gone for the solids. He's got the 1 ball, and he might want to consider dealing with that 5 ball up there as well. He's got the 7 into the side. I wouldn't necessarily be... I mean, the problem he's got is he wants to get an adjacent ball to get that 8 ball. The 7 ball is the only real ball there that's good for that. And now he's got himself in trouble, I think. Yeah, you get into that cue ball a bit too much. Well, pushing the 3 ball to the side rail is a little bit of a safety net, although once Eddie clears those 2 stripes in the middle of the table, there is always the bank option on that pink 12 ball. Good afternoon to Hairpig, or good morning. So Eddie's got an issue to deal with. I think he's already got an issue also with that 11 ball, which will go up table. I don't know whether he's going to try and run into something here. No. Now, again, he's got no adjacent ball to try and get into this 11 ball. We know the 11 ball does go into this bottom left-hand corner as we look, but you know, his odds on getting behind it, well, he's got a chance now because he's finished the right side of that 10 ball. And I think he's got to try and get there. Now that 11 might also go past the pink and the pink 4 and the 6 into this corner if you were really, if you run the cue ball a little too far but you don't hook yourself behind the 8, it could also go into this bottom right corner. Well, he's taking an awful long time. Don't tell me I've got the same problem. No, I haven't got the same problem. His cue's moving, that's good. Well, he went for the bump rather than trying to roll round behind it, which, you know, the ball was in a tight spot. He's got the bump and he's actually got a cut on it if he fancies it, but he could also just play a little dink and punch the cue ball and drop it behind that 8 ball. Well, that's what he's tried to do, but he's getting into the cue ball a bit too much, I think. Yeah, he's left the 7 on. I'm certain that Tam can get enough of the 7, maybe not. No. Maybe he couldn't really get to the potting angle. And I don't think he's left anything other than a combo here for Eddie. Well, that's actually... I don't know that Tam wants to do anything where he's leaving this 3 ball anywhere else other than where it is right now. But Eddie, if he does things right, it might end up forcing him having to do something like that. But now Eddie's in a situation where, yes, he's got a pot on, but what does he do in terms of preventing Tam from having a go at running out? Albeit it's going to be difficult. But if Tam somehow has any sort of angle on any of these balls, obviously the 7 and the 4 are the favourite, he could get a bump and things could change very quickly. Eddie's got to be careful what he does with this cue ball here. Well, he's called the bank into the corner. I think he's thinking better of it though, is he? No, it looks as if he's lining up for a go at it. Well, that's taking the 7 ball away from getting a hit onto that 3. That's bumped that out of the way. Now this is where Tam's in a dilemma as to what he does now. He could certainly pot the 4 and bring that cue ball up the left-hand side and go all out for the win here and go for the bank. He looks as if he's playing the 6. And not a good shot. And Eddie's going to have the bank, I can guarantee you that, unless he wants to think he can get up table and still get to this 12, which he can. I mean, you can get to that 12 and cut it. You don't have to play the bank, and you don't have to do that either. Well, I don't know whether he had a look up from up at that end of the table at how the 12 was sitting. I mean, you had to be getting into a reasonably tight spot to get to it, but he tried to improve a situation which you could have got away with, and they would have probably expected a better layout than this, but that was too thin a cut. So now Tam, well, you know what we say here, when you've got chances like this, you've got to take them. 4 ball goes, so there's no problem. And he's got himself 2 straight on the 3, but he's fine. He can just roll that 4 in, drop the 3 in, and leave that 8 ball into the left side. So this will be a good start for Tam, the underdog. Well, I'm surprised that Fast Eddie there didn't just try to get the cue ball up the table and play the cut nat 12 ball. You know, he went all out to. Let's be honest, you don't try to move things when the ball has got a pocket to get to. All you have to do is get a good cue ball, and you had the cut on the 12. So it backfired on him. And meanwhile, Tam's break has given him a ball. No commitment to the set of balls yet until he gets that second one. And of course, you've got a stripe and a solid locked up on the right rail, and it's a bit busy up the top end of the table as well. So now, the ideal shot here would be to try and get between that, come off that 2, pot the 2, get between the 10 and the 1, and play the 1 and then break out the 7. But the problem is, doing that so soon, with the mess that's up the top end of the table, would be giving Eddie a chance by freeing up one of his balls. But it's going to get to the usual situation where a player keeps potting balls till eventually he's got nowhere to hide. And Tam's got to play this sensibly. And now he's got himself completely locked up, I think. Can he see any of that pink 4? I think he's trying to kick it, because I don't think he can see it. And now Eddie, with ball in hand, will have a chance if he's going to commit. But he's in a similar situation where he's got nothing really adjacent to these balls that are tied up to do anything about it. Does that go? Oh, it does go. He just can't get the cue ball in there. And if that 8 ball wasn't there, the 14 ball would be certainly a ball you could pot with ball in hand and break out that ball that's tied up in the rail. And the 10 ball, you could also do it as well, but again, that 1 ball's a bit in the way. What browser do I use? I've got Microsoft Edge, which I've been using in recent times, and I'm also using Chrome. I used to be totally against Microsoft Edge, but I've been using it, and it's been not too bad. I haven't got Firefox installed. Oh dear, the yawning started already and it's only bloody, what, 4:45? Well, now Tam's suddenly become second favourite to win this rack. And especially with that bump, Tam's going to be in trouble. Big ask to try and get out now. I'm on Google Chrome, but it uses up a lot of my CPU. Well, I think a lot of them do, don't they? I think it depends on what extensions and stuff you've got running in it as well. Not that I'm an expert. So Eddie can have a go at running out here. Well, now he's just got to cut this 11 and come up into the middle of the table. The problem is he has to get really good on that 12 and he'd have to probably finish about there to cut that in and having to spin the cue ball. This is no certainty. And he hasn't hit that at all. That's a really poor shot from Eddie. And again, he's got to be careful with this cue ball, because if that cue ball's staying up that end of the table, he wants to make sure Tam can't see enough of it to pot it. And he has done. That's true. That's probably the thing we say most of the time when you're watching some players. They just keep potting balls, hoping that they're going to find a way out. And, you know, the inevitable is going to happen. And that shot there by Tam is not bad. I think he'll be happy with that, unless he's left enough for the bank. Well, he has done. He's also left enough for the cut, I think. So big pressure shot here for Eddie to stop himself going 2-0 down. Now he's guaranteed to be on this ball into the side pocket where the cue ball's going to go if he plays the cut. I think he doesn't look. He looks reluctant to have a go at this. Is he? No, he is. He is going for it. I thought he was trying to just skim the edge of the 14 and run onto that short rail up top behind the 8-ball, but that's a big ask to play that shot. Well, look what he's done here. He's got the 14 almost married up to the 8-ball, and the 8-ball certainly prevents the 14 ball going anywhere. If you get behind the 14, you can obviously pot it, but Eddie's suddenly become second favourite at the moment. And there's the bank. Excellent. Now he's got a off straight 8-ball for 2-0. That's not getting there, is it? No. Well, he's blocked the pocket. He's left a cut into the side, and Eddie should be all square. So any latecomers to the stream, quick reminder that this match is the one lost side match, race to 9. And later on tonight at 2000 hours British Summer Time, 3 PM Eastern, we have the round 2 match between MC Clarkey and Spectre Dawn. And that should be a very good matchup. Looking forward to that. Speak of the devil, there he is in the chat. Good afternoon to Matt. So, into rack number 3. Tam had a chance, a shot in the 8 ball. You know, a fail in an 8 ball is something you don't want to be doing, considering it wasn't all that difficult a pot. Ball has gone down. Reddy's gone for the solid, so clearly that 1 ball, he might have got himself a bit too straight on it. Now he's got an angle, and he's got to give this a bit of a blast for a bump here to get those 2 balls free, unless they're a combo, which they're not. And that's good enough. I think I'm pretty certain the 5 goes past the back of the 3. Loads of room there by the look of it. So we've got one isolated ball down here in the bottom right hand corner, and which you can certainly get to from the right side rail. You can thin cut it in. Well, maybe it wasn't so easy to get that 5 ball. And Tam has a table that is pretty good here for getting out. Well, he's got to play the 11 and what ball's that? The 12? Is it the 12 I think that he's on? Well, he's on the 15 and playing it. I think he'd have been better playing that 12 and coming down for the 11 there and getting it dealt that way. Well, he's had a nice little bump there on the 13, or what the hell ball is it? I can never see these colours right. I must be partially colourblind with this blue cloth. I don't know that that's much good. Far too straight. He's got to come back. Now hold on, hold on. Well, now, bit of a dilemma here. He's got to avoid traffic, and he hasn't. And so again, this is a frustrating thing about 8 ball. Now, where's he calling this? Into the side? Is he going to have any room to get past that 8 ball? Oh, he has. That's an excellent shot. Excellent bank. Well, now he's got to make up for that last rack. He cannot be missing these. Oh dear, Tam's going to be kicking himself. He's had 2 wide open 8 balls and he's missed the 2 of them. But again, coming to Tam's defence, it's a step down from the 10-foot table to the 9-foot table. Perspectives are slightly different for him, but that's still no excuse. You should still be potting them. And Tam should be sitting 3-0 up here right now. Well, Eddie will enjoy this match if Tam keeps doing what he's doing. Doing all the hard work. getting to the critical point and not getting the job done. That's the story of a lot of players in tournaments like this, especially 8 ball. This is going thin. Got to be careful. He's dragging away from the pocket. He's got the commentator's eye because the scratch was on there. So, Fast Eddie, unexpectedly, 2-1 in front. Bearing in mind what we've just seen. And that was dry. And again, as in many 8 ball racks, you've got an issue to deal with one way or another. Solid 1 ball married up with the 8 ball. I think the 8 ball does go. The 8 ball clearly goes. And this table is not too bad, although that is just so bad what he's done there. Poor control of the cue ball from Fast Eddie. He may well have this into the bottom corner, but he's far too tight against it. These are the easy shots that Steve talks about. Yeah, he's only 1.5 yards away from the pocket. So Tam, immediately he's at the table, has to have in the back of his mind whether he's going to commit to free up that solid. And he's only got the 6 ball to pot here because I don't think he's in anything else. And what's that? Is that the 1 ball behind? Oh no, that's a 9. Well, that's probably the best thing that happened there, is that ball hanging in the pocket. But the 2 ball where it is causes a slight problem, but Eddie can deal with that straight away here. He can get the top side of that 14 ball and get rid of that off this pot. That's what he should be thinking of doing, because if he gets good in the 14, he can deal with the other 2 balls that are there. And he's not hit it. He's left it short again. Now, is that one on the middle? Yes, it is. I don't think he really wants to be playing that. I think he's still got to commit to this 10 ball and deal with that. Sorry, 14 ball. I mean, if that runs another 10 inches to the right, again, he's so far off the pot. If he ran another 10 inches to the right there, he was perfect in that 14 ball. And the other issue, of course, is again not having an adjacent ball to get a bump into that 8 ball is the problem Tam has. 1 ball hidden away. Now he's got to get down and dirty here. If he pots this 2, he's got to move the cue ball a bit. And that's a bump. Well, he's got a pot. Problem is, it ain't easy. And the other problem is, the 8 ball's blocked into that corner pocket. So this cue ball's got to do a bit of moving. And that's well played. But is it going to be third time lucky for Tam to sink an 8 ball? Yes, it is. So well done. Getting the bump and getting the job done. That's what it's all about. Back to 2 apiece. A steady breaks off in rack number 5. Another dry one. And these balls have broken very nicely. Now, in a table like this, you've got to have a good study at this before you commit, because it's all about moving a cue ball in this situation, because you don't have to bump anything. You just have to take them in the right order. The 8 ball you can easily get to. There's no problem there either. So it's all about how you move it and about your pattern and getting out. And again, well, he's got lucky there. He's had the bump in the 15 and he's landed on the one awkward ball on that right side. He'll take it though. Now the other problem is that 6 ball, which again is completely isolated. There's nothing near it. And he's gone far too straight. Far too straight in a 3 ball. And the 4 ball's not much better either. Where it's sat, it's now blocked. Well, Tam's... Well, I was going to say he's keeping potting balls. I presume he deliberately thinned that 6 ball, but there's really nowhere to hide. But again, Tam's in a favourable position that he's got more balls in the pocket. The problem is that Eddie's in a favourable position where he can lock Tam up here, as and when he chooses to. With those 2 balls down here in this bottom corner, it's an easy hide down there. The only thing you need to be careful with is that 4 ball. But Eddie looks as if he's looking to get out here. Good afternoon to Bill. I'll have a quick drink. Yeah, I think that bump almost went wrong there, but I think it's, again, it's one of these off-angle cuts. Well, now it should be fairly straightforward. He's just got to come off this 11 ball, if it is the 11 ball on the left side. Or is it the 13? Because I can't quite make out. It's the 11. He needs to get into the cue ball and knit back off this a bit. Well, I presume he was playing for this ball in the right there. He's left himself a bit too square on it because he didn't properly get into the cue ball. So now the cue ball is either going to be doing a bit of travelling forward or a draw back. And that's much better. Well, whatever you do, don't baby this and interfere with that 6 ball. Make sure you get yourself out of there one way or another. It's playing in his mind as 6 ball. Yeah. Bumps it out the way. And just a straightforward roll in for the lead again. So the break goes back to Tam for rack number 6. And the danger with kicking in at the back of the pack is the cue ball does come off the back of the pack and run across the short rail, and it's a fairly highly risky shot doing that. The scratch is always on. But he's got a ball, and again he's got a table that is pretty damn good. If you hadn't done that, I mean, there's 3 balls down this end of the table here in the stripes, and he's managed to nail himself to a solid, and he's got absolutely no shot, so he's immediately killed his opportunity in this rack. And now he's thinking bye-bye to this rack. Ball in hand for Fast Eddie. And again, a table where you've just got to take them in the right order because nothing has to be moved. I don't believe that he wants to leave this 4 ball down here that long. I think he wants to think about getting to this 4 ball fairly quickly, because that's the one in isolation, and he doesn't want to be having to come down here and trying to get to an 8 ball off that 4 ball. So to me, that's top priority. If I'm at the table, I'm looking at getting on the 7 ball or whatever it is to come down here for this 4. I don't care what ball it is, but I want to get down here for this 4 ball and deal with it, because the more balls you start potting, the less opportunities you're going to get down here. Well, he's had a brush off the 6 there. I don't believe that was planned, but he's got himself on a cut in the 4. He's not even giving it a look at the moment. Well, he's very straight in this 3 ball, and he's running out of opportunities. Oh, well, you know what I said. You've got to get there a lot sooner than that, Eddie, because things like that can happen. And now, well, he can see the 6. Well, this will be some shot, this, if he can get this cue ball anywhere on this 4 ball from this position. This is virtually impossible. And I think he's done the wise thing. He's just potted the ball and at least left himself a shot. But the pressure's on it. And that's very well played. Excellent shot. And a fairly straightforward roll in the 8. So he got there one way or another, but he got a little bump. Not probably the way I would have went about it. I'd have been trying to get to that 4 ball a lot sooner. But in the end, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you've got out. And more important for him, he's now got a 2-rack gap. Well, a ball has definitely gone in. 15 ball has gone. Well, both of these solids down this end of the table here go. The 3 ball goes also, although it looks a bit tight. So, decision time. Got himself 2 straight in the 1. I think he might have been fancying coming out off that 1 onto the 3 and taking care of it. So now, the 6 ball is just going to have to get the weight of this shot right to get on that 3. Now, even if he has to pot the 3 and bump the 13, he shouldn't have a problem because he's got a couple of balls still up the table there he can get on, no problem from this side. And that's fine. He's going to bump the 13, but well, he's looking up at those balls, but I think he's just making sure he's going to have a line to them. Well, this might go wrong only if it double kisses the 13 and the cue ball rolls behind one of these straight balls down this end of the table, but you've really got to commit. And well, it was tight, that 3 ball. And Tam, well, he has a shot. He's got a problem down this end with this 11 ball. But he'll worry about that nearer the time. But the handy thing is that there's enough balls down this end of the table at the moment to try and deal with that situation. Now, he could do that right now if he gets a big bit of draw into this, I think. There you go. And that was well done. And now it's all out for the win. There is not a problem. Well, quite a big rack in the context of the match for Tam because it keeps him in touch. And it just keeps that little bit more pressure on Eddie, who knows he's the favourite. He knows we're watching and we're expecting him to win it. So that's a wee thing that's playing in the mind as well while he's playing. Well, Tam's still persisting with the break. He's got a ball. 8 ball right smack bang in the middle of the table. Now, what do you go for here? Let's have a look around here. He's going for solids. Now, next ball you pot's the 3 ball, get rid of the 6. Or pot the 4 and get rid of the 3 next and then the 6, whatever way you want to do that. But you've got to get down here. And then the other issue is the 2 ball. But again, if you play this wisely, you could maybe just, let me have a look. He could go through the other side for the 5 ball. But he didn't want to do that. You had to spin that cue ball to avoid that bump in the 5. And what I was thinking about, if you get this 5 and hold the cue ball there or thereabouts, you can pot the 2 up table as we look. He can still do that. I mean, this is a big shot, but he's on it one way or another, and he's got to commit to it. You can't leave that sitting there. And that was very well done. And look at where the 9 ball just gone. Oh dear. 9 ball just rolls into the path of the 7 and blocks it. Well, this 5 goes into the side, but he's got to run this cue ball. He's got to fizz this up. Unless he's going to cross bank the 7. Looks like it. Done one of these earlier in the match. Big shot. And he's nailed it again. Superb. Let's see if the replay is working. Yes, it is working. Well, Tam's nailed 2 of these. Credit to him for that. And this shot to square the match. Very well done. Well, a good response from Tam, keeping himself in it. Fast Eddie breaks off in rack number 9, and again, Eddie's dry. Now that 7 and 1 looked like a combo up top. Let's have a look. Well, that's not quite a combo, that's going to the jaw. Whether it will catch enough of it to go in, I don't know. Now, what did Tam pot there? Tam's potted the stripes. So the problem, stripe, that's not really a problem. What is a problem is these 2 balls here extended from the side pocket, as Steve goes on about all the time. They're sitting upward from where he is now. But one of them, I think, no, in fact, none of them go past the 8 ball. Well, you don't really want to be thinking about that, but that, let's be honest, none of them go. They're far too tight. Now, he thinks he can get enough of that for the cut, and he hasn't. So again, I'm going to repeat myself, and that's again going to annoy those that have been watching from the start. But any latecomers, this match is the one lost side in the 8 ball Virtual World Championships here in Virtual Pool 4. But we do have a big winners side match later on tonight at 8 o'clock British Summer Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. And that's the match between MC Clarkey and Spectre Dawn. An All England battle, race to 11. So I hope you can be there for that. I certainly will be. There was a sort of glitch there when Eddie chose that. He chose the combo. Well, we knew the combo wasn't dead set. There was always a likelihood it was going to go and take too much of that knuckle. But he's left nothing on for Tam, really. Tam looking to play this combo down the rail. Now, if he plays this at the right pace, he'll give it every opportunity to go in, and that's very well done. That's excellent. That's how you play that sort of combo. You've got to play it fully committed, get the line, but more importantly, just get the pace right to give that ball every chance to go into the hole. And now he's good on that awkward 13 ball. His big problem, of course, is the 8 ball. That 8 ball doesn't go. It's blocked both ways. Blocked with the 1, blocked with the 7. And from this position, he's definitely not the favourite to win this rack. And especially with missing that ball into the side. But Eddie's, again, he's under a wee bit of pressure. He's got a table with really not any problems. He's a bit straight in the 3. He might have to just spin this up a wee bit and cheat a wee bit to get out of there. So it is a big ask. When you're looking at a table like this, you're thinking, well, I've got to get out of here. But you see, he's run the cue ball loose. And that is a really, really poor shot by Eddie. And what he's done is, he's potted the only ball that was blocking that pocket, and that is suicidal. And that is an umpty shot, because there was nothing to stop him punching that 3 ball in and spinning that cue ball out there and leaving that as a safety net for the time being. And he's just committed Harry Carey right in front of our eyes. Well, what was the final score in that match, cold as pillow? Because I switched it off to do the stream. I was watching it in ITVX, and John Higgins was, what was it? Was it 2 apiece? I think Higgins was 3-2 up when I left it. So he won 4-2. Good. Well, what we've just witnessed there is how not to play a rack of 8 ball if you're fast Eddie, because that was a shocking decision and a shocking shot choice that he made there. Well, not so much a shocking shot choice, it's the way he executed it. Far too much juice in the cue ball the wrong direction, then spun it with top spin into that top right hand corner pocket, and also, of course, opening up the only block pocket for that 8 ball there. The 7 ball was doing its thing, and that is a shocker. He doesn't want to watch that. And gifted the rack to Tam, who has now won 3 in a row from 4-2 down. And all that really does is it gives Tam more confidence to play his shots with more confidence. But again, you've still got to have that little bit of caution in the back of your mind that you don't start doing numpty stuff. You don't start sticking your neck out above the parapet. Just got to keep doing what you're doing more things right than you're doing wrong. And if Fast Eddie keeps doing the silly stuff he's just done, then you're in with a chance. So Fast Eddie trying to redeem himself here. He's got the 12 to go. The cue ball coming across, doesn't want to bump the 8 if he can help it. Has that got the legs? It just has. And another bit of a testy little cut on this 14 ball. That's the least of his worries. He's still wanting to have a shot in this 8 ball. And that's limited in where it's going. And that's what happens when you don't get yourself in a comfortable line And here we go again. I forgot that Eddie still had that 9 ball down here as well. But Tam, again, wide open table and no excuse. Got to get these in the right order. The problem with the 3 ball is it's taken away from the 1 from that position. And what the hell's happened here? Oh dear. Well, that's a huge mistake from Tam. Well, just what I mentioned, don't start doing numpty stuff. Tam's just walked straight into the trapdoor. And he's gifted this rack probably to Eddie in doing so. I think that tournament finishes at, I think it's the last 32 they're down to today. And then it'll probably go races to 5 after that. Maybe not, I'm not sure, but I heard them saying that it's down to the last 32 at the end of the day's sessions. Well, another testy cut on the 9. The cue ball travelling. He's going to finish on top of the 8 ball, is he? Pretty much so. But does it go past the 2? Not the 2, the 6. Yes, it does. But Eddie couldn't see the line, and here we go again. Redemption time for Tam. He's been given another go at it, and he's got to get this job done here. Well, he's still not finished ideal in the 1. And again, he's on a 3 ball that's taking him the wrong direction. But now, he's perfect to deal with the 1 ball. Or is he going to come back up top? Oh dear, that's so poor. And that's just not taking your time and getting yourself sighted. I think I still would have played the 6 to get to the 1. And as long as you make sure you're leaving yourself an angle on the 1, you're always going to get up top for the 3 or the 7. And he ends up selling out to Fast Eddie. And we're back all square. And finally, Eddie's got a ball on the break. And remember, this is 1 lost side race to 9, so we're already halfway home. We've been playing for, well, 55 minutes pretty much. Now, what's that sitting next to that 8 ball there? Well, that 1 ball, and Eddie's committed to the solids, so the 1 ball is an issue, but he has those adjacent balls to really, yeah, I think he really has to get a nudge here, because that 1 ball, you've got to be so accurate to try and get in that gap to play it. That is too tight from that side. From this side, it doesn't go. So there's trouble ahead for Fast Eddie here. And the 4 ball is locked up also. And I think he's a bit too straight in the 3 as well. And again, he was trying to do acrobatics. Well, he's loosened the 4 ball. If he gets back to the table, it's tight to get to that 4 ball. It's still far too tight. Oh dear. What's he done again here? Well, it does go. $15 just squeezes past the 3. Well, Tam is probably going to have one shot at trying to break out this 8 ball, 1 ball and 14 ball this year. He's having a go right now. But if he'd got, well, he's actually, where he's finished ain't too bad. He's got to commit himself here. And he's got to get lucky though, really. And he's missed it both ways. And again, probably the best thing that's happened out of that now. Yeah, I would just bank the 13 ball and leave it early. He's continuing to pop balls. Now what can he do here to keep this safe? Is he looking to try and manufacture something? There's nothing going there. Well, he's not hit a rail, of course. So then again, it's just a gift of a free go for Eddie here. Ball in hand. I think I would have left those balls the way they were and just banked to 13 or whatever ball it was he potted. I think it was a 13. I would have just banked that and left Eddie trying to do the breakout. Because it puts pressure on your opponent doing that as well. You're thinking, some players are thinking, I don't want to be giving him a go at the table, and that's all very well, but in a sort of pressure situation in a tournament match, sometimes it's best to do that and put the pressure on him to get out and to get the breakout shot, because it's never guaranteed. You've seen how things go wrong. But in the end, with Tam just bumping that ball and not getting to a rail, he just gifted the opportunity to Eddie. Well, you cut the 3 and you let the cue ball run out up the rail. And that's perfect. So Tam's now chasing Eddie's tail again. So rack number 12. A ball goes down. Was it the cue ball? No, it wasn't. Well, I think he's limited in his shot choice here. It's going to be stripes. And again, it's a bit of a traffic jam up the top of the table with balls. You've got the 1 ball in isolation down here for the stripes, which is blocked by the 2. And that's not going to be that simple to get onto. Unless he's going to play a bank. No, he's going to play the pot. I think you can cut that 10 ball. And again, he's still potting balls here, just hoping to get out. And now he's completely out of position. And he hasn't come out far enough to play the bank in the 11. That's where he wanted out to there. He wanted to be playing the bank and didn't get there. Well, he's trying to bump this in off the back of the 2. Got the 2 going there. He wanted to get to the rail first and then bump the back of the 2. Well, there's room in the middle of the table to cut that too, so the 2 ball isn't really an issue. Now again, I would want to get to that 2 ball sooner rather than later. I mean, he can come off this 7 and into the middle of the table and cut that too. Just like that. That's what he wants to be doing right now, or pot the 3 and just hold it for the 2. Because he wants that angle to come back up the table for the 5 ball. But if he's going to do that, he's going to come up the right hand side of the table, and there's always the hook on with that 8 ball sitting where it is. Now, if he's going to play it ultra cautious, he stays well away from going up the table and just leaves the long cut. He then might try to baby it in to hold for the 8. So either way, he's got to commit to the shot. And I don't know that this is it, whatever the hell he's doing here. Well, don't tell me he hasn't. Well, I was thinking he had enough to see that 2 ball. He's certainly going to see it now. Well, now it's all about judging this pace. And that's pretty good. We'll give him 10 out of 10 for that. Right on the money. And we're back to square one, or at least Tam is. There's now that 2 rack gap again. But we're running out of racks. 7-5 in front. Fast Eddie breaks off. And again, I think a multitude of Fast Eddie breaks have all been dry. And that's another one. Well, that might be a combo into the side. No, it isn't. That 2 ball and 10 ball. So Tam's chose the solids, but he's got to deal with a problem further ahead. Has he blocked himself off here? Yes, he has. And now he hasn't even got a bailout. No jump cues, remember. He's not even got a bailout ball. Everything's blocked. Well, that's some shot. That was a shot of desperation to stay at the table, was it not? What a cut that was. But problem ball still sits where it is. And there's a sort of inevitability about what's going to happen here with Tam keeping potting balls. He's blocked off in the 3. He can barely see the edge of the 2. Or is he blocked off in the 3? No, he wasn't. He could actually cut it. He's definitely blocked off in the 2. I can confirm that 100%. Now, Fast Eddie will have ball in hand to stretch this lead to 3 for the first time in the match. and should immediately be trying to deal with that 10 ball, which he could certainly do off the 14. He could just nudge the 2 out the way, free up the 10, pot that 14. Well, he caught more of the 10 than he did the 2. Well, the 10 still cuts. But it means he has to get here to play the cut on the 10 into the side, because, you know, obviously it's blocked by the 12. So that's a slight issue up top, but he can get there rolling this 11 into the side and going up top once he pots the 15, that is. But he doesn't want to go too far. Well, he's actually finished 2 straight in the 11. Absolutely bolt straight on the 11. Trying to pinch a wee bit here. He's looking for a way to pinch a wee bit, but now he's had to go to plan B. And now it's not quite so simple. He's got enough angle. He's got to get the pace in this cue ball, though, to get up top. I don't think it's a very great angle. No, it isn't. He's going to have to juice it up. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, he could certainly go forward and run around the corner. You know, 2-3 rails, he should be on the 10 ball if he can get out of there clean enough. See, the 8 ball was the only worry there about the line, but he's got out. And now just a dead weight roll or a little jack up and a stun to kill it. And he's on that 12. In fact, I think he wants to jack up and kill this. No, he's fine. He was comfortable playing a little dead weight. Well, Eddie now will feel a little more comfortable that he's got a little bit of breathing space now. Well, that time it's Tam's turn to come up dry. But Eddie on the hill. Now, I don't know if you guys were watching the match with, who the hell was it who was playing last night? It was Balls, and I've totally forgotten who he was playing. Somebody will remind me. But anyway, to cut a long story short, when the Bedhead, that's right. When the match finished, I said in the chat to Balls to just go and look at the video, go and look at the live stream if you've got time. And he did, and he sent me a message, which I'm going to let you see it. Which is, for the one time that you say to somebody, go and watch how you played the game and listen to what was said in the commentary and see what you think. And at least he took the time to do that and send a response to it. I'll let you see that at the end of this match. But anyway, Fast Eddie looking for a fast way out here. 8 ball goes. So just a little, if he can he dink this 3 ball down the rail and just hold for the 7? He doesn't. He obviously doesn't think he can. Now he's looking to come around the back of these balls to go on the 3 into this bottom right hand corner by the look of it. Well, that nudge in the 9 has just taken the pace off the cue ball, and that's put him with a nice angle in the 3. Now he's got to get into this cue ball because he wants to stun and draw across the table and missing that side pocket on the left side to get on this 8. But he's got to get into the cue ball. Well, he stunned it below the pocket, which is just as fine. So this for the match. So Fast Eddie, I'm sure he'll be the first to say there's room for improvement, but you know, he had that lead over Tam. Tam got himself back in it and then he ended up losing his way. So as predicted, Fast Eddie was going to be the winner at the end of it. I wouldn't say a comfortable win, but a win's a win and that's all that matters. You just have to survive. Tam will be glad it's all over. Right, so, that message, I'll have a little look at it. Where is it? It says, I watched the recording of that match last night versus Bedhead. Fair analysis and plenty of helpful advice between you and Steve. Cheers. Think Steve summed it up best when he said that it should be 3-3, but it's 6-0 Bedhead. Plenty more practice needed, but unfortunately I only have the time to play around 20 minutes a day most days, which simply isn't enough to compete with a 2,300, 400 player who don't give you an inch. Good work with the commentary. Anyway, appreciated. Keep it up. So that's appreciated also from Balls. At least somebody has taken the time to actually go and look at it, listen to the critiques. But like he says, like most of us, we don't get that table time. I'm far too bloody tired most of the time. But still, you live and learn, and let's hope Balls can take something from it. So that all that remains to be said is that we have this big match coming up later tonight between MC Clarkey and Spectre Dawn. Around, what was it, round 2 match, did I say? Yes. And that is at 8 o'clock. So we've got just over 2 hours to get dinner or lunch, depending on where you are, and join us later on for that match. I'll be there. I hope you can join us. So thank you for your company, guys. We'll bid you good afternoon. I'll go for a coffee, and we'll see you later on. Take care. Now, what button do I press here? Hang on a minute.